Okay, I'm going to have to do this one-handed. I forgot to bring the tripod. So, step one is to open up the little tray here and then pull up. And out she comes. Okay, then there is a little screw that I've already removed. It is right there. I'll take that screw out. It looks like this. I have just dropped him down into the little tray here. And then underneath, if you put your fingers underneath here, you'll feel there's just like a little edge. That's one side. It seems to work best with your thumbs. Okay. So I had to put it down for a second. But anyway, you pull it out from the bottom, and then you can use that to wedge it, but it comes directly towards you. And you can see the little pink tabs. They're on here, top and bottom, two at the top, two at the bottom. And then you have this cord here. And that has a little tab on the bottom of that. And you pull that tab, and then you pull the plug out of the back. But there's a little tab where my thumb is, and I'm pushing that down towards the cord. And I'm going to have to put this down. So I'll pull that out, and now it's ready to come out and come into the house. So it'll be much warmer in there. And so I'll tear it up first. And you can see the light bulbs in there. It's these little things with little screw heads on them. Little flat screw heads. So we'll take them inside the house, and we're going to replace all of them. So on mine, the light that's out is the backlit light for the speed control. The little indicator light lights up as to which one that you touch, but you can't see whether it's low, off, high, or the little dots there. And I took the one out for this one and swapped it with this one, and that lit up. So I know that that's the bulb that's bad, and that's this little bulb down in here. And these come out, you take them, I use this small little screwdriver. Get some light in there. Okay. And it just goes in there, and then you turn it just like less than a quarter of a turn, about an eighth of a turn, and then you can just shake it out. And there it comes out. And there's the little bulb. Like that. And I bought an entire pack, replacement pack, off of Amazon for all of these. And instead of just replacing the one, I'm going to replace everything, and then I'll put all of them back into this bag as replacements down the road if I ever need them. Hopefully they'll only go out one at a time. I kind of do that with all my lights. If any bulb is bad, particularly like the headlight, I will replace both of the bulbs, and whichever one is good, I put that away someplace in the workshop and save it for when one of the two goes out. And the other thing is that these are all replacement bulbs now, and there is an indicator. I don't know if that shows up very well. There's an indicator on the plastic. There it is. Right there, where you can see that that tab and this one are supposed to line up. Well, on the OEM bulbs it did, but now with the replacement it does not. They still work. You can see it on here where that line there where the screwdriver goes into lines up with these tabs here. These did not have them on it, but these were all horizontal. And then one other thing that's a change is in the kit that I bought, it only had 2 of these green base bulbs, and in the original one there was a green base bulb in here. That one is brighter. The replacement kit came with 3 gray, and models after a certain year, 2009 I think, they all had 3 grays. in them. So it was only the early models that had the similar green one in here. And so a gray one works in here just fine. And then the last thing is that I got 2 extra little teeny tiny bulbs that I didn't know where they went. In the SE and SR5 models, it has this bulb. But in the Limited model, instead of this one, there are 2 that go here inside this temperature up and down control unit, AC and auto. So these spaces are for the Limited. So other than that, all pretty much easy to put in. It was a little expensive. I think I paid around $40 or so for the complete kit, and I've got 2 extra bulbs. But now, since I replaced all of them, I've got lots of spares in there. So hopefully I won't have any more problems for about another 10 years or so. Each one of these controls can be removed, and they're fairly simple to remove once you know how to take them out. Each one has a small screw right there that you need to take out, and that will loosen the unit itself, but it is still attached just behind this plate with a ribbon cable. So you need to take out that screw, and that screw to loosen this piece here. But beneath that is a printed circuit board, and you need to remove this screw to remove that. Once you take out all 4 of those, then this black piece will come out, and below it the circuit board will be loose, and you can lift that up, and this whole thing kind of moves out of your way. And once you do that, you'll see the ribbon cable for each one of these that connects into that circuit board. And that was a little confusing for me because most of the ribbon cables have a little tab that you flip, and then the ribbon cable comes out. But the way that these are made, the ribbon cable is the edges of where it's connected are actually lifted up to the top of that connector, and then it stops. But then the ribbon cable is just real easy to take out again. And then once you do that, then this piece here, this is the piece here, will come out. It'll come forward over onto this side, but this little piece right here needs to be pushed through the plastic back here, and then the whole unit will come out into your hand. So we've taken out the 4 screws, and you can see that this moves, but also the circuit board underneath it is now free to move. And these are the little ribbon cables. There's one for each unit out here, each one of these control knobs, and you lift on both sides. Just lift this up, and I'm not going to do it because I've already put mine back together again, but you just gently lift that up, and then let's see. Oh, okay, not so bad. Very difficult to do this with just one hand. Anyway, you move the ribbon cable, move the circuit board up a little bit, and then when you do that, then you're at a better angle for lifting that little ribbon cable up. But what I wanted to emphasize is that these sides right here, they just pop up, but they don't come off. And then when you angle the back and the circuit board, you're at a better angle for removing it because there's not so much tension on it, and it's just impossible for me to do like this. But anyway, that's how you do it. That's a little ribbon cable. And once you do that, then from the other, you have already removed this screw, and then you can push the whole thing forward. This pushes forward, and then this little piece right here, you have to use a little screwdriver to push these little dimples in. The bigger pieces here are smooth, but these are like little catches on here, and you have to push them gently towards the center, and then the whole thing will fall out. But there's really no need to take that out unless there's something wrong that you need to replace the entire unit, because the bulbs are either this little one here for the SR5 and the SE, or the Limiteds would have right here. So that's all I'm going to do, and then of course you just reverse the process to put everything back in again. You just put it back inside the dashboard and push it back for each one of these pink ones, and well, you make sure you put the little plug back in here again. And that's pretty much it. It's fairly simple to do.